Yo, what's up? Welcome to Xiqlabs. This is Ken Weezer. I'm here to show you how to make an Afroswing type beat or UK Afrobeats, kind of something like that. You get me? So it's quite easy, very simple. So what you're gonna do is just go create a new pattern, turn on your metronome, and just hit play.
2,000 years later, 6.5 hours later, a few inches later, day 2, day 3, day 4.
Okay, I was just joking. So, anyways, this is how it starts. When you want to make an Afroswing type beat, you have to make the snares come in and they need to be very heavy and stuff like that. So for this particular Afrobeat, the snares, I used 5 snares and I just combined snares and rims to make this particular pattern. So the pattern is quite easy. Sounds like this. Very simple pattern. So the next thing I added was a kick. So the kick is also simple, it's very easy. Just get a punchy kick. Very punchy kick. So it sounded like this. Very simple. So together, the kicks and the snares sounded like this. The next thing I added was another snare pattern. The snare pattern is quite very easy, just something to add a little more swing once in a while. So the snare pattern sounds like this. This is what the snare sounds like. You can see what it did. It added a little swing. So the next thing I added was an open hat. So the open hat is quite simple also. Everything in the video is just very simple. Very simple stuff, very simple. So it sounds like this. Just so that's all I did. The next thing I added was a shaker, and the shaker sounds like this. Very smooth, easy. The next thing I added was a drum roll. The drum roll sounded like this. So I'll play it very close to the drum roll. So it sounds like this. Very simple, very smooth. That's the same drum roll I used throughout. If you can look at the screen, you see, notice that it's the same drum roll, just a drum and a ride. I didn't use a crash, I used a ride for just preferential reasons. So the next thing after getting this, your drum pattern down is like to get your chords now. Me, I'm very good at playing my chords, so I played some kind of technical chords, but they're quite in the same easy scale that anybody can play on. I played it on an A minor scale, so the chords look like this. Chords look like this. It's on the A minor scale. If you want to see these lines for the scale, you have to go to this drop down. When you go to helpers, go to scale highlighting, select E and minor harmonic, so you can work within the scale. So if you notice, all the notes are within the scale of E minor. It's going to do this for you. So what I did. So the chords I played, I used different instruments to play the chords just to ensure that the vibe changes. That's one thing you got to learn. Like when making Afro swing type beats, they literally use the same chord patterns, but they just change the instruments. Just change the instruments. So this is the first chord. It sounded like this. You have to add that bounce and swing to it. That's why it's called Afro swing. Like bounce and swing, Afro swing. So the next thing I layered the same chord with another sound which sounded like this. Same thing, same chord progression, just different sound. Then I used another sound again, this time for the outro, sounded like this. Simple, very simple stuff. But now I changed it up a little, I switched it up a little. I used another sound, the same chord progression, but this time I chopped it and I kind of rearranged it a little. So it sounded like this instead of the normal pattern sounded like this. But it's the same exact chord progression. Same exact chord progression. So now if I play that with the drums, it's going to sound like this. Sorry. Sick stuff. Then I added this, just simple stuff. It's also from the chords, but I just made it very short. So the next thing I added was the chords again, but this time I removed some of the notes and played it differently. So it sounded like this. So the next thing I did was quite simple. The chorus, I just added a hi-hat. Yeah, that's weird. Just like I added the trap hi-hat, so it sounded like this. For the chorus, it sounded like this. Afroswing, they kind of switch between singing and rapping in a kind of smooth pattern. So you have to add that spice to it to make it sound unique and all. So I added that in this. So after that, for the hook, I just literally used the same thing, but this time I added the kick and I removed all the hi-hats and all. And I added a bass, a very simple bass pattern, which sounds like this. I did some pitch bends and all, just to have it sound unique. So together with the chords, the kick, the snare, the peck, sounds like this. Simple stuff, and that is what I played throughout the beat. So the next thing I did now after getting all this stuff down was to add some samples just to fill up the beats, to make the beat sound full and interesting. So I'm going to teach in another video, show you how to use samples for beats, how to chop them, how to make them sound nice and all. So in this particular beat I used like 4 samples, 4 different samples, and they all fit into the beat. I used the guitar and the saxophone. So in the verse part I used this particular guitar. chorus part, I use this particular guitar also. Then for the hook, I use another guitar, which sounded like this. Then the bridge between the hook and the verse, I use this saxophone, which sounded like this. I added a lot of reverb and decay, delay to it, so it sounded like that. Then went back to the verses. Then for the outro, quite the same thing, but since the different sound sounded a little bit different. This time I chopped the saxophone so that it's going to be like a reverb, decay, delayed stuff, you know. They sounded like this. And that's all I did. For mixing, I didn't do any heavy mixing. If you watch my mix rack here, you'll notice that the only thing on this mix racks are just parametric EQ, reverb, EQ, reverb, EQ, reverb, EQ, reverb, EQ, reverb, pretty chorus, all stock plugins. Okay, this ROC20 is not actually stock, but I used it because I needed some particular type of reverb, so I added some space with it. So that's what I used. And on my master channel, if you observe, nothing too technical, just parametric EQ, Maximus, and Fruity Limiter. I'll show you how to master your beats with those three stuff. So that's basically all for these beats. Very simple, just straightforward. That's all. Then you have to arrange it in a way that the interesting about arranging beats is that you have to make it sound like what an actual artist could vibe on. You get me? So you could get this same arrangement pattern by listening to that particular type of genre like Afroswing and all. So you could get used to their arrangement patterns. This particular song was arranged in this particular beat, sorry, was arranged in a way one of Young Bane's song was. So it came in the verse, the intro, the verse, the chorus, the hook, the second verse, the chorus, the hook, then the outro. That's how I arrange this particular beat. So you have to just arrange it in a way that it sounds interesting to a listener, to an artist, so they could easily vibe on it, have different vibes on it, and make fire with it. So that's all. This is the way the final beat sounds like.
Excuse me.
So that's all for today. Like the video, drop a comment, don't forget to subscribe. We'll keep dropping more videos. So enjoy yourself, make more beats, make more vibes.